What is up, you guys? We are here for our weekly energy oracle forecast. This is night 8 of Hanukkah. Last night was Solstice Eve, Hanukkah night 7, and tonight is the first, or it's the official night of Solstice, but it's the first night in the 13-day Feast of the Goddess, which is the origins of the 12 days of Christmas. All right, it doesn't line up exactly on the calendar, but the 12 days of Christmas came from the 12 days of the Feast of the Goddess, the 13-day Feast of the Goddess. Okay, we have cooperation. I think that we are starting to see in these dark times, the purpose of this darkness is to show us what is ill that needs remedy, right? What is broken that needs fixing. What is evil and dark that needs to be triumphed over, overcome, transcended, transformed permanently, right? We can overcome our enemy, and that's one level of victory, but when we completely transform and transmute our enemy and our darkness, that is true victory. That's eternal light that is revealed. So coming to a point of cooperation and unity and trying to think of the bigger picture and create more of a sense of sharing and community in the world, right? Bring our distances, bring the gaps together. Bridge the divide. All right. And as we, lean into more cooperation and less division, less competition, less separation, we will also enjoy that presence of the Creator that brings us protection and sustenance and abundance. We have a death. We're going through the end of the old cycle today, right? This is the end of fall, the end of an era, the end of the season. This is the longest night of the year, the darkest day. And so it's like this is that moment where we transition. The solstice is a cosmic telling of the prophecy of Christ's death and resurrection, right? And that way that the human soul has to mirror that journey in the death of the self and then the conquering over the underworld, transcending that and then holding dominion and victory over that in our resurrection, right? When we see our darkness playing out and then we see what it's led to and that it doesn't lead us anywhere good, and we can see our patterns in broad daylight and name them and become very familiar with them, we begin to dismantle them, right? And so once we familiarize with ourselves with that part of us, that shadow nature, we begin to take our power back from that thing. So this day that might feel like a death in a sense is actually the first step that comes before the rebirth, right? Our first season in the elemental year is not actually spring, it's winter, right? The season that we think of as death, but really it's regeneration, it's pregnancy. Embracing the pace and the moment that we're going into, embracing this darkness, embracing feelings and tenderness and memories that are coming up, right? They are more than likely invitations to unpack and go back and find the root of, so many of the patterns and circumstances in your life so that you can dismantle those. This is the culmination of the most light revealed in the 8th night of Hanukkah. This is the 8. We've transcended the realm of nature, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, into the 8th realm, the realm of miracles, right? So embrace this moment. Whatever invites itself into your awareness and consciousness, that thing can be corrected, that thing can be healed, and you can reveal a miracle. And you just have to be willing to start making the change and making an effort and continuing to show up. Don't let your ego tell you it's all or nothing, and if it's not perfect, then it's not good enough. Just lend yourself to the process. All right, and last card. What was this? I love this. Spirit. Connect to spirit. Light some candles. There's also a tradition that I just learned about that I am doing to participate in that 13-day Feast of the Goddess during solstice. You can today, before the sun goes down or sometime today, write down 13 intentions that you have for the year to come. Things that you are looking at as seeds that you want to plant, that you want to bear fruit in your life. Changes you want to make within yourself, things you want to call in or achieve, whatever that might be. And so then what you're going to do is you're going to cut those things into their own strips of paper and fold them up so that you can't tell which one is which. And put them in a safe place, like a bowl. I have mine in a antique like lottery ball spinner. And then starting tonight after sundown, day 1 is solstice, you're gonna take one of those pieces of paper and not look to see what it is and burn it with the intention of knowing that you're releasing that with trust, and that thing is going, you've set that intention, you've said that prayer, and now it can unfold, right? You're planting the seeds, you're taking an action of faith in the burning and surrendering and release. So then you do that 1 per day without reading them, don't look to see what they are, until you get to the 13th piece of paper, and on that day you get to open that one and read it and keep it. Keep it throughout the year. Use it as like an anchor point or a reminder, or just something to bear the torch, right, for the next 12 months. So Spirit, there's so many opportunities to connect with Spirit right now. We are in Advent, we're in Solstice, we are in the changing over of the seasons. So this is a big threshold moment, right? We're ending the year, we are ending the season, we're ending cycles. And so this is the moment where Spirit is rebirthed, right, and birthed forth in the Advent, right? We're preparing the way for the Christ to enter. And Christ doesn't come during the day, he comes in the middle of the night in a messy stable that represents our heart, right? Imperfect places when we don't know, when we don't have the answers, right? But when we're up and we're vigilant, we're looking for that star to guide us, the star, that star of Bethlehem, right? The star of the Spirit, that will guide us to the birth of new radiance, new hope, new consciousness, the Christ, new compassion, forgiveness, well-being, fulfillment, redemption, salvation, right? That's the birth of that light, that new radiance. And we just have to connect to it and make space and just set aside the time to make that conscious connection and sit with the candles, with your intention. And you can do both. I'm going to do both. I'm going to light my menorah, and then I'm going to do like a separate thing to burn my first of the 13 intentions. Remember, only burn 12, and the 13th one you get to keep. All right, that's all, you guys, for today. We have cooperation, followed by death, followed by embrace, and followed by Spirit. There's so much wisdom and healing and nurturing to be had during this dark time of year that it's easy for us to resist it. But I think that, me and my friend were at work, we're talking, and we savor this time of year. I used to get seasonal depression, but I just was telling her the other day, I'm like, can you believe we're already at solstice? Like, the days are going to start getting longer again. I barely had time to relax. I didn't even get to hunker down yet. She's like, I know, I wish it would just last a little longer even. So it's interesting. We were talking about how once you embrace that time of year, that it goes by faster than you even want it to. All right, well, I hope that serves you well, guys. We'll be back tomorrow for our weekly anchor message, where we will be getting our spiritual assignments for the week. Till then, peace be with you. Ciao.